Hello，大家好啊！歡迎再一次翻到嚟 Tommy 嘅 channel。咁啊，踏入11月尾啦，喺呢一度咧，先祝各位咧係節日快樂。咁啊，家人咧就齊齊整整啦，身體健康啦，食好瞓好啊嚇。咁啊，今集咧想玩下啲新意思啦，同大家去分享一下我啱啱去完我哋洛杉磯2025年嘅車展啊。咁啊，如果你係中意車嘅啊，特別啦，你對電車有興趣嘅話咧，今集咧我都會用一個普通人嘅去睇車展嘅角度啦，同大家去吹下水啦，講下有啲乜嘢好睇啦，有咩好玩啦，仲有啲乜嘢咧係我覺得係特別吸引嘅。咁我哋就事不宜遲啊，直接入正題。今集咧我就唔會扮專業嘅車評人，唔會逐樣同你講個性能、數據、規格、引擎、扭力同埋馬力㗎。我純粹用一個普通人嘅角度行一轉車展，順便同你傾下偈咁解嘅啫。咁啊，一日到場啦，我哋第一站咧就九涌去 Jeep 區啊。咁啊，佢哋今年都真係俾足心機㗎嚇。咁啊，唔係淨係擺幾部車喺度俾人去打卡，而係直接嘅喺展覽館入邊咧整咗一個迷你嘅越野體驗場啊。可以俾你哋坐上架車度，親身嘅感受嗰種嘅越野嘅能力。成個場地咧係模擬翻嗰個車出廠之前要經歷過嘅唔同嘅測試啦，包括上斜啊、落斜啊，去行一啲凹凸嘅路面。咁我今次試坐嘅呢一架咧係 Wrangler 嘅 4xe Rubicon 嘅 Plug-in Hybrid 啊。咁啊加起嚟咧佢有成375匹馬力嘅喎。咁啊，雖然啦，成個過程咧就只係大概1分半鐘左右啦，但係嗰個震撼嘅程度咧，其實同你搭過山車係差唔多嘅喎。咁啊，尤其啦喺上斜嘅嗰一刻咧，成部車咧幾乎係45度角咁樣向上爬㗎。你對手咧真係忍唔住咧要捉實嗰個扶手嘅喎。咁啊，嗰一刻咧你就真係會明白點解有咁多人咧係對 Jeep 呢個嘅品牌咧係有情意結啊！而最正嘅係咧，全程係由一個專業嘅駕駛員去揸啦。咁啊，佢係會一路咁揸，一路同你講解，唔係淨係坐喺架車入邊咁寡啊，而係好似上緊一堂咧嚇越野嘅體驗堂咁啊。以下咧就同大家去分享下成個過程嘅體驗嘅片段啦。
Center of gravity and electronic stability control at play. And of course your Rubicons are offered ready from the factory, so I got steel bumpers in the front and the rear, steel skid plates, and the heavy duty steel frame. These have the Dana 44 solid axle in the front and the full float in the back.
Right.
And I also have the 4:1 gear ratio on my transfer case and differential. So like those stairs over there, you can climb without even touching the gas if you wanted.
That's cool. 咁啊，試完 Jeep 呢個越野體驗之後呢，隔離呢就係 Fiat 嘅展區啊。咁啊，嗰個嘅風格呢，就可以話由頭先好硬朗呢，即刻變做好可愛嚇。咁啊，你而家見到呢架咁可愛嘅咁迷你嘅細車仔呢，咁就係只係喺意大利先有嘅 Fiat 嘅 Topolino。咁啊，細到呢，你一眼望落去呢，你都好懷疑究竟佢係咪一架玩具車啊，定係俾小朋友玩嗰啲車啊？咁但係呢，佢係真係可以喺路上面行嘅喎。而聽講啦，喺意大利當地咧，佢嘅售價咧唔使8000蚊美金，而且咧仲係屬於一個好微型嘅車嘅分類啊。只要咧年滿14歲咧就可以揸佢，更加係唔需要正式嘅駕駛執照嘅喎。咁啊，老實講啊，呢一樣嘢都幾咁夢幻㗎嚇。咁啊，不過啦，佢要係正式去引入嚟我哋美國嘅機會咧，幾乎係等於零㗎。咁所以啦，大家就當嚟到車展啊，去體驗一次意大利體驗就算啦嚇。咁啊，而隔離咧就係可以喺美國真係買到嘅新一代嘅 Fiat 500e 嘅 EV 啊。 咁啊，佢同我之前揸嘅上一代呢，其實就真係冇乜大嘅分別㗎嚇。咁啊，最大嘅改動啦，當然就係佢嘅電池呢，由以前嘅24度電啦，升到去42度電。咁啊，續航呢，由大概以前嘅87英里呢，升到去而家嘅149英里。咁啊，聽落去呢，就好似進步咗好多啊嚇。咁但係放翻喺2025年嘅電車嘅 market 啦，我真係揾唔到一個好充分嘅理由呢去考慮佢啊嚇。咁啊，而佢嘅內籠咧同上一代係差唔多噶。我覺得佢最主要嘅改動咧就係嗰個門柄咧變咗做一個電子色啦。咁啊，而入邊有個 mon 咧，亦都係有個數據感咧強咗少少啦嚇。咁但係咧，我就坐喺後排嗰個嘅 dog seat 度咧，前面張凳已經推到最前噶啦。咁但係我隻腳咧都係好似好逼啊嚇。咁啊，搞到我都好懷疑究竟係我自己肥咗啊，定還是架車咧佢真係縮細咗啊？咁啊，之後喺隔離咧就有 Toyota 嘅展區啊。咁啊，老實講嘅，今年嘅 Toyota 咧，佢嘅表現咧係非常之普通㗎嚇。無論你話佢嘅話題性啦、造型啦、內裝啦，定係佢嘅科技感咧，同隔離嘅韓國車比一比咧，哇，簡直真係被完美嘅比下去啊嚇。咁啊，就唔係話 Toyota 嘅車差啊嚇，只不過係 Hyundai 同埋 Kia 咧，佢哋真係太過進取啦，太過識得去做呢啲嘅時代感啊。咁啊，而 Toyota 咧嗰個嘅感覺咧，就好似仲停留緊喺以前咧，即係實用就得啦，唔使咁出位嗰個年代啊。對住一個曾經係帶領全球汽車工業去跑嘅品牌嚟講咧，係有啲可惜嘅。咁當然我哋更加唔好講啊 Toyota 啦嚇，即係 Toyota 嘅老細啦。咁啊喺公開場合咧就戴咗頂紅帽仔喎。咁啊老實講啦，呢一下嘢咧真係即刻激嬲咗美國一半人嘅喎。我而家出街都唔知使唔使貼翻個貼紙添㗎。咁啊，講翻架車啦。咁啊，佢今次咧係顯示咗全新一代嘅改咗款嘅 RAV4 啦。咁啊，外形咧係由以前比較圓潤少少啦，變到而家咧係偏係四四方方。咁啊，多咗一份嘅越野感嘅。咁啊，而且未來咧亦都係會全面轉晒做 hybrid 嘅版本啦。咁啊，佢嘅油耗同埋耐用度咧，應該都會係佢嘅強項嚟㗎啦。咁啊，另外咧仲有 Corolla。咁啊，如果你嘅人生嘅路線係被定義嘅，就係畢咗業出嚟咧，就係要去儲首期啦，去供樓啦，去結婚生仔啦，咁啊慳啲使啦，係嘛？咁架車咧就求其揀一架夠用就算嘅話咧，咁我諗 Corolla 咧真係好自然嘅，係會出現喺你嘅選項入邊噶。每日翻工或者車老婆去買超級市場咧，坐入去嗰種嘅感覺就係平實、普通、冇驚喜。但係勝在夠穩陣、夠實際。咁啊，之後咧，我亦都行咗去 Nissan 嘅展區。咁啊，雖然咧佢哋嘅車就唔算多啦，咁但係咧我反而覺得佢哋嘅設計咧比 Toyota 咧係有睇頭噶。包括咗佢哋新改款嘅 Pathfinder 啦，咁啊線條咧好明顯係銳利咗好多㗎，有一種好粗獷啦，但係又唔係話好老土嘅感覺。咁啊，同埋最吸引我嘅咧，當然就係第三代嘅 Leaf 啦。咁啊 Nissan Leaf 咧，其實第一代咧曾經係全球最暢銷嘅電動車嚟㗎，啊沒有之一啊嚇。而今次咧新一代嘅外形咧就真係型仔咗好多啦。喺2026年推出嘅起跳價咧，大概係3萬蚊左右嘅啫。咁啊喺入門嘅電車嘅 market 入邊咧，應該都會幾有競爭力㗎。而當日車展嘅外邊咧，仲有機會去排隊試新車㗎。咁啊，然後再行過去隔離啦，咁就係今年嗰個勢好強勁嘅品牌，韓國嘅代表 Hyundai 嘅展區啦。咁啊，坦白講啦，其實佢哋近年嚟咧真係非常之咁進擊㗎嚇。咁啊，打頭陣嘅咧，梗係就係佢哋最大嘅嗰部 EV Ioniq 9啦。咁啊，呢一架車咧就真係非常之四四方方嘅，一望落去咧就知道係為咗小朋友啦，又或者你屋企係要車啲人啦，車啲係好大嘅嘢啦嘅家庭而設㗎。咁啊，側邊咧仲有大家熟口熟面嘅 Ioniq 5。咁當然啦，唔知大家有冇留意近排一單嘅新聞呢？咁就係有一個嘅 Ioniq 5嘅車主咧，就唔覺意喺車入邊咧倒瀉咗一支平平無奇嘅水樽。點知咧嗰啲水咧竟然就倒咗入去車底度啊，然後整壞咗啲電線，然後要攞去整。然後對方咧就話要收佢12000蚊先整到，而且咧佢去 claim 保險咧，個保險竟然同佢講係唔包添。咁啊，我真係好好奇啦，究竟係啲乜嘢嘅問題造成咁樣嘅結果呢？不過啦，除此之外啦，唔知有冇觀眾都會同我有同樣嘅疑問啊？點解 Ioniq 5 5仔之後咧就上咗去6仔呢？仲要變咗做一架私家車，然 然之後7都未出，跟住咧就突然間跳咗去9啦，仲要出部咁大嘅 SUV 添。究竟阿 Hyundai 佢哋改啲嘅數字嘅邏輯係點樣嘅呢？定係話嗰個設計師嗰日飲多咗咖啡呢？然後場內咧亦都係有 Ioniq 系列嘅室內嘅試車體驗啦，可以俾大家即場去感受一下佢哋嘅加速同埋操控感。睇完呢一個嘅韓國車區啦，跟住就同大家去車展另外一邊睇美國嘅汽車界嘅龍頭之一 Ford。咁可能大家唔知喎。Ford 咧其實係3大美國嘅車廠入邊咧，唯一一間係從來冇申請過破產保護嘅汽車公司。咁呢一點咧，其實都對一間汽車公司嚟講咧，都算係幾犀利㗎嚇。咁都反映到佢哋喺過去幾十年嘅經營嘅策略咧，都係非常之穩打穩紮啦。咁一入到去 Ford 嘅區域咧，其實基本上咧，你都係會先見到有一啲嘅電動車啦。咁首先咧，一定就係佢哋嘅重點嘅電車啦。F-150 嘅 Lightning， 咁呢一架車，我覺得佢最大嘅賣點呢，當然就係佢喺前邊嘅超大嘅前行李箱即係我哋所謂嘅 Frunk 啦。以我嘅了解呢，佢應該係市場上面最大㗎啦。而內裝呢，亦都係相當之實用啊！空間感咧係非常之唔錯啦。真係好適合譬如你係住喺美國嘅一啲嘅家庭啦，你去露營啦，或者你中意去戶外玩嘅朋友㗎。要注意翻一樣嘢啦，就係而家嘅版本嘅 F-150 Lightning 咧，仲係用緊 CCS 嘅充電格式。要去到2026年咧，佢哋先係會轉用 Tesla 嘅 Next 嘅規格㗎。然後另外啦，車尾都仲有2個120嘅電插頭，真係可以俾大家攞去露營嘅時候咧，插啲小家電啦，煲下水嚟用㗎嚇。而講起 Ford 最受歡迎嘅系列，當然就唔能夠唔講佢哋嘅 Bronco Sport 同埋 Bronco 啦。細少少嘅嗰部 Bronco Sport 咧，其實就比較適合城市人啦，但係你又要扮有少少嘅越野 feel 嗰啲人啦。而大部傳統嘅 Bronco 咧，如果你真係中意玩下越野啦、露營啦、出去行下山路啦、行下沙地咁樣啦，你係一定咧係會對佢有興趣噶啦。而佢嘅性能咧，亦都係完全唔會輸蝕我頭先介紹過嘅 Jeep 噶。而如果你係 Bronco 嘅 fans 啦，又或者對 off-road 越野有興趣嘅話咧，你一定係會中意佢嘅改裝嘅彈性噶啦。成架車咧都係可以根據你嘅生活嘅方式去砌啦。無論你係中意你話露營你去越野冒險你攞嚟去屋企人自己用嘅，定係喺日常城市嘅生活入邊去揸呢，其實都係有好多嘅改裝嘅配件可以揀，全部都可以玩出自己嘅風格噶。而 Ford 咧亦都係真係非常之有心思啊！佢哋亦都係特登喺展區入邊咧整咗一個越野嘅體驗區，俾大家咧係即場去比較一下佢哋 Ford 啦同埋 Jeep 嘅越野嘅感覺有啲咩嘅分別。你一入到去咧就會見到一個咧好斜比頭先 Jeep 更加斜嘅人造山丘啦，整體就好似一個迷你版嘅越野公園咁樣啊！你可以坐上呢個 Bronco 啦，去親身嘅去感受一下佢哋嘅車嘅越野性能。呢一個咧都絕對係今次洛杉磯車展入邊咧最值得去排隊玩嘅一個項目之一嚟㗎啦。我哋排隊都排咗個幾鐘啦。比起頭先 Jeep 嗰邊咧就真係多咗幾倍時間嘅。不過咧呢個嘅體驗咧我就覺得反而係更加好啦，因為咧嗰個司機咧係用咗好多個時間啦，同我哋咧去介紹車入邊去唔同嘅功能啊。仲會示範埋呢架車點樣喺接近40度嘅斜坡之上咧，仍然係穩定嘅爬升，而唔係跌翻落嚟。以下咧就係我嗰日咧全程體驗嘅片段啦。
So, welcome guys. My name is Gray. Welcome to the 2025 Bronco Badlands. This is the Sasquatch edition as well. It comes with the full digital screen over here on my instrument cluster, and on top of that too, you got all of my hero switches over here at the top, and the go mode settings at the bottom as well. And in addition to that too, as you drive it through. This mountain is like a 40-degree incline and a 40-degree decline as well. We got a little bit of traffic over here, so we're just going to wait for 1 second as they go. And while we're doing that, we're going to engage the rear differential locker. What that actually does, it actually limits the slip on my rear tires. So if one of the tires is actually struggling as I'm pressing on the gas pedal, And the diff is going to push that power to that tire so they can actually continue that equal rotation as we're climbing up. So, with that being said, what we're going to be doing is we're going to go ahead and climb all the way over here.
That is crazy.
We're just going to get it all the way to the top. How you feeling? Pretty good?
Good.
Yeah.
Not too bad, right?
Go for it.
And even crazy too, I cannot see what's going on. So I would like to go ahead and look at my cameras to see if it's clear. So that's why we're just going to be driving this nice and smooth.
Whoa.
It's really insane. Kind of like right now, you probably might be either standing or the seatbelt is holding you guys back, right?
Right.
Uh-huh.
Not too bad, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Oh, wow.
It's really insane how this thing can be able to go. So now let's go ahead and head through over here.
I feel more open or more spacious than the Jeep.
Oh yes, it's
It is.
definitely very spacious, and it's crazy. It's crazy. This is a hard top too, so you got actually two different pieces. So you got the top part and the back part, and then the third part is which is still on top of the on in the back as well, which is perfect. And it comes in a soft top as well, which is also good too. And you can even start. You can actually like take the doors off, put them in a pocket and strap them all the way in the back, and you can still, and you don't have to worry about leaving them in the garage.
Right.
You can be able to travel with them as well.
I can see this as a fun car.
Oh yeah, this is definitely a fun car for sure. So over here, we got a little bit of an LA traffic going on.
LA traffic.
So, we're just gonna be waiting for 1 second. And it's insane what this thing can
We should
do.
simulate the 405 potholes.
Oh yeah. So right now we're gonna wait over here for a second. So now they're about to get towards the rocks, so which is really amazing. So with the rear differential locker again, it's gonna actually help us like climb up over here a lot smoother. And right now we can even see on my inclinometer we're currently at 0, 0. But as we're climbing over here, we can go ahead. How you guys feeling? Pretty good?
Good.
Yeah.
All right, we still gotta continue going. And now it should be good. And right now we're currently at around 22 degrees. Not too bad,
dropping.
right?
Wow.
And we can just like sit over here and just hang out, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty insane what this thing can do, right? Sometimes my intrusive thoughts is to touch those bike racks, but don't touch it, okay? So now it should be good over here. And it's really insane how you can be able to like drive
You
through
can
over
definitely
here.
conquer the curb parking.
Oh, yeah.
Parking on the curb.
And then just like that, we should be good over here. And this is my favorite part about this Bronco, is the fact that it has 8 different go mode settings. You can actually see over here, we can actually switch it from normal mode to slippery, eco, and each and every single terrain mode settings has a definition of what it actually is capable of doing. Right now, I currently want it to be on rock crawl mode. So what that's gonna do is gonna give me low range, it's gonna give me my cameras, my rear differential locker and the stay bar disconnect is already illuminated for me. So I don't have to second guess myself every time whenever I'm changing the terrain settings. So right now, I'm gonna re-engage my stay bar so that you can see how good of a teeter-totter this thing actually does. So right now we're gonna get to over here. And then even better, you can even see
Whoa.
that I got my blind spot cameras as well. And it's really amazing how we can be able to drive through over here. And it's really amazing too how like right now you can just like get through. We're pretty much our teeter-tottering all over the place. And it's really insane what this thing is capable of doing. Now, right now, we're currently slanted all the way to the right, right? With the stay bar disconnect. It stabilizes the vehicle right now. So now we just like drive this very smoothly through here. And right now, we're pretty much done with rock crawling. And just like that. Now, we're gonna put this one down to neutral. Now, I do not know when in life you'll ever encounter a seesaw, but if you ever do, for it as well. So right now, I'm just gonna go ahead and get this going up here. We're gonna get this all the way to the very, very edge. Just like that. It's really amazing how you can utilize your cameras and so that you can see like your vehicle. And now it should be good to go. Like that, my friends, is how we get to enjoy the good old Bronco. So,
this is
咁啊，而喺 Ford 隔離呢，就係日本嘅另外一個嘅大車廠 Honda 啦。咁啊講真嘅，相比起其他車廠呢，咁啊 Honda 嘅攤位咧真係有少少平淡㗎嚇。咁我就唔係話佢冇乜新意啊，但係你一望過去呢，10幾個獨 L 喺度圍住一架 Honda 嘅 Civic 嘅 Type R， 咁啊你就知道呢現場嗰個嘅感覺係點樣㗎啦。咁啊而題外話我知道有好多嘅女士呢，喺你哋擇偶之前呢，都會先留意一下究竟呢個男仔呢，佢揸嘅係咩車。我問下你哋啊，如果你要揀一個嘅人做老公，你會揀一個呢係揸住 Honda Civic 啊，定還是係 Toyota Corolla 呢？喺下邊留言同大家分享你嘅選擇啦。而旁邊咧仲有全新嘅 Honda 嘅 Prelude， 咁啊雖然咧就唔算係誇張嘅嚇，咁但係都算係靚仔嘅。咁啊再加埋佢哋嘅 Ridgeline 啦，同埋 Pilot 啦，咁都係好穩打穩紮嘅一啲大家好熟悉嘅家用嘅 SUV 系列啦。咁啊，至於係電動車咯，咁當然 Honda 都有嘅。咁啊，佢啊 show 咗佢哋嘅主打嘅 Prologue 啦。咁啊，呢一架車呢，其實係 Honda 同埋 GM 共同去研發嗰個底盤啦，所以你都可以話佢哋係兄弟姊妹款嘅。不過咧，老實講啦嚇，咁其實我都有啲嘅疑問啊。當日展示嘅嗰架 Honda Prologue 咧，喺入到去咧，你會見到，喂，做乜得5% 電嘅？咁啊，可能係我哋而家美國啲電費唔平啦，係嘛？咁啊 Honda 可能冇乜 budget 啦嚇，為佢嘅展示嘅車去插滿電啦 ，OK。咁但係如果我係作為一個客人，一上到車見到你5%，其實嗰個嘅體驗都真係好受影響嘅喎。咁啊，而我覺得啦，其實 Prologue 最大嘅問題當然都係嗰個定價嘅。咁啊，佢嘅所有嘅 trim 咧都係會比 Chevy 貴啦。咁啊，佢又想做啲比較高端少少嘅市場。咁但係佢嘅車又唔係話好特別啦，設計出嚟。而其實大家對 Honda 嘅電車亦都係冇乜信心，咁所以其實真心一個一般嘅消費者嚟講，其實去買呢架車呢，就真係唔係好容易嘅選擇啦嚇。而如果你都係唔明我講緊啲乜嘢呢，其實你只要睇一睇佢嘅車頭嘅設計，你就會諗，喂，其實而家都2025年啦，點解一架嘅電車仲係可以咁樣嘅呢？算啦，我哋睇完 Honda 不如行過去隔離睇一睇電車嘅新勢力 Rivian 啦。咁啊，佢哋嘅車咧又真係比較特別㗎，真係令人眼前一亮。而真心講啊，無論你係中意喺戶外玩嘅你係屋企人自己揸啦，定還是你淨係想揾一部比較有科技感嘅電動嘅 SUV 咧，都真係幾咁吸引㗎。佢嘅車頭空間都係好大啦，估計都係可以放到好多嘅嘢食啦，或者好多嘅露營嘅用品，真係非常之實用啊嚇！然後咧就帶大家去睇呢個車展另外一個好大嘅賣點，亦都就係韓國嘅品牌 Kia 起亞。如果大家係親身嚟到呢個車展呢，你應該會留意到佢哋 Kia 咧喺宣傳上面咧絕對係抌晒本㗎嚇。咁周圍咧都係見到佢哋嘅宣傳品，而且佢哋展場嘅面積咧都係其中最大㗎。講真啦 ，Kia 嘅車咧佢哋設計啦，同埋佢哋室內嘅佈局啦，同日本嘅品牌去比咧，其實就真係唔同級數㗎。如果你同Toyota 同埋Honda比咧，簡直就係天同地嘅分別。我舉個例啊，呢一架咧就係佢哋嘅保姆車系列 Carnival 啊。 咁啊，無論係外形啦、架車嘅線條啦，定係入邊嘅設備啦，睇落去咧都真係好吸引嘅嚇，令人好有衝動咧，係好想坐入去感受一下。咁啊，當然啦，如果你係好重視一啲比較實在嘅條件去比較嘅，譬如你係講油耗嘅、安全嘅性能嘅，同埋過往嘅表現嚟講啦，當然你話 Toyota 嘅 Sienna 啦，仍然都係有一定嘅領導地位㗎。咁啊，所以最後都係睇你自己買車嘅時候重視啲乜嘢啦。你重視佢嗰個嘅外觀啦、室內嗰個嘅實用性啊，定還是係油耗啊、安全等等咧？咁呢一個咧就留翻俾大家自己去衡量嚇。而除此之外啦 ，Kia 咧亦都有 EV9 嘅電動車，咁啊同頭先 Hyundai 嘅嗰架 Ioniq 9咧，佢哋係兄弟嚟嘅，但係佢哋嘅外形啦、入邊嘅佈局啦、細節等等咧，都係有唔少嘅分別㗎。而佢哋嘅私家車系列啦 ，Kia 嘅 K4 同埋 K5 咧，都係非常之型仔㗎。咁仲有 K4 嘅一個 Hatchback 版本啊嚇，咁啊設計就真係非常之順眼。不過實用性咧就要睇下佢出咗之後咧，大家試下先知道啦。然後帶大家咧離開主流嘅車廠，去喺側邊咧睇一睇展區入邊一啲非主流嘅展區啊。咁啊，其實今年咧都係有相當之多咧同露營啦、去越野啦、戶外嘅生活有關嘅攤位㗎。例如一啲透過精心去改裝嘅越野車，等大家咧都可以去有一種走入荒野啦、重新連結大自然嘅生活方式。而講真啦，喺現屆政府之下咧，經濟嘅前景咧，其實有好多人都感到憂心忡忡，生活咧好似越嚟越冇安全感啊！唔知有冇人咧真係會索性賣咗自己間屋，買一架露營車，然後去環遊全個美國呢？你諗下，又唔使交地稅，又唔使去供樓，泊喺邊度咧就當邊度係屋企，都幾浪漫幾自由啊！咁但係當然啦，現實同埋理想之間呢，永遠都有一條好深睇唔見嘅鴻溝㗎。唔知有冇觀眾真係會咁樣選擇呢？嗱，順帶一提啦嚇。各位龍友咧，如果平時係中意影下啲戶外啊，影下啲越野啊、啲 wild 啲嘅片啊，咁啊真係要注意安全啊嚇，尤其係大家自己嘅身體狀況。
你睇下阿 K 礦啊，小心啊！
如果身體出現啲咩嘅問題，記住啊，要專心接受完治療先好啊嚇，唔好去逞強。而當你嚟到洛杉磯嘅市中心，你一定會見到高聳入雲嘅 JW 嘅 Marriott Hotel。咁啊，而隔離咧就係另外一個我哋洛杉磯嘅地標，由中國嘅資本去建造嘅，咁但係至今仍然係爛尾嘅，到 Ocean Wide Plaza。配合埋我哋洛杉磯人咧極具創意嘅塗鴉文化咧，反而變成我哋洛杉磯 downtown 一個極具意義嘅另類地標啊！喺某個程度上啦，都算係展現咗我哋洛杉磯呢個嘅城市東西文化嘅交匯、現代同埋現實並存嘅矛盾啦。咁啊，然後咧，我哋翻嚟主場館啊嚇，睇一睇 Volkswagen 嘅大眾汽車嘅展區啊。咁啊，呢一邊咧有一部比較細部嘅 ID.4 啦，仲有一部外形好有復古味道嘅 ID. Buzz。咁啊，兩架車仔咧都真係非常之型仔啊嚇，咁啊都幾有德國式嘅未來感。而佢哋嘅隔離啦，就停咗一架已經全面修復嘅經典 Bus 啦，咁啊都係非常之搶眼嘅。咁啊，其實佢咧係一架1977年嘅經典 Bus 啦。咁啊，之前咧曾經係喺我哋加州呢度 Pacific Palisades 嘅大火入邊咧幸存落嚟噶。咁啊，當時咧就有張相喺網上面瘋傳啦，就見到佢咧喺一片嘅焦黑咗嘅頹垣敗瓦嘅廢墟之中咧，仍然係屹立不倒喎。咁啊，就成為咗喺災難入邊其中一個嘅象徵啦。咁啊，之後啦，美國嘅 Volkswagen 嘅總公司見到呢張相咧，就主動聯絡嗰個車主，就提出幫佢全面維修呢架經典巴士啦。咁啊，經過完整嘅翻新之後咧，佢今日咧就以全新嘅姿態出現喺車展嘅現場，都算係呢一場嘅火災之後一個重生嘅小故事啦。咁啊，而因為時間嘅關係啦，咁啊就冇機會睇埋 Subaru同埋 Lincoln 嘅展區啦，咁啊有少少可惜嘅喎。咁啊之後嚟到 Chevrolet 雪佛蘭嘅主場啊嚇，咁啊老實講啦，呢度其實最令我眼前一亮嘅咧， 反而唔係啲咩大車啊，而係佢哋嘅第3代 Chevrolet Bolt 終於翻嚟啦。佢嘅內裝咧有少少嘅改動嘅，咁啊坐落去咧其實嗰個嘅感覺係比起以前嘅2代舒服嘅，咁啊冇咁膠啦，亦都係冇咁 cheap 㗎嚇。咁啊而最重要嘅咧就係其實佢哋係改用咗磷酸鋰鐵嘅電池啦，咁啊起碼就唔會好似以前咧，即係佢會着火，然後啲 parking lot 唔俾你入去咁嘅陰影啊，係嘛？咁啊再加埋佢最大嘅賣點咧，我諗應該都係佢嘅價錢啦。佢應該都係大家喺出年買到最平嘅電動車嚟嘅。咁所以咧，如果你真係要揀一架好平嘅電動車，你會點揀呢？你會揀嘅 Chevy Bolt 啊，定係你會揀嘅 Nissan Leaf 咧？然後再行前少少啦，你就會見到佢哋嘅 Chevy Blazer EV。咁啊，起碼個樣睇落去咧都算係順眼過頭先 Honda Prologue 啩。然後最後咧，仲有一架長到發晒癲嘅 Silverado。咁啊，企喺度咧就真係有一種美國式巨獸嘅壓迫感啊！咁啊，然後咧我哋就行翻入去另外嘅室內展區啦。咁啊，當然咧仲有好多嘅超跑啦、跑車啦、啲名車啦嚇。咁啊，基本上咧就係一啲我根本就買唔起嘅車展區啦，係嘛？咁啊，但係冇乜所謂嘅係嘛？咁啊，反正我哋睇下車展嘅意義咧，都係要嚟大家睇下啫嚇，唔一定你一定要買得起噶嘛，係嘛？咁啊，外邊咧就有 Porsche 保時捷嘅展區啦。咁亦都有 Cadillac、GMC 等等嘅美國品牌。其中比較吸睛嘅咧，咁我諗都係呢一架 Hummer EV 嘅啦。咁啊，佢最出名嘅地方咧，就唔係話佢點樣嘅奢華，而係佢咁誇張嘅電耗啊！咁啊，每一度電咧就只能夠行走1.6英里。咁啊，簡直咧同佢當年嘅汽油版嘅食油王咧個嘅稱號咧係有過之而無不及啊！你睇下呢3個大肥佬坐得幾咁開心，你就知道啦。其實美國人咧對大嘅追求咧係真係冇極限嘅喎。咁啊，另外啦，呢一次嘅車展嘅現場咧都打造咗一場咧係有關於洛杉磯汽車文化嘅展區。咁啊，佢哋有一啲喺 Peterson 即係個汽車博物館入邊咧借過嚟嘅一啲車啦。例如係超級跑車啦、經典跑車，甚至係 F1 嘅賽車，俾大家車迷咧係可以近距離嘅去感受一下啦。汽車工業帶嚟嘅速度、美學同埋熱血啊！咁啊，今日嘅分享咧就到此為止啦嚇。咁啊，當然啦，其實洛杉磯個車展咁大咧，好老實講咧，我就仲有好多個地方我係未拍晒啦，未行得晒㗎嚇。咁啊，都好希望將來啦，2026年嘅時候啊，亦都係洛杉磯車展啦，可以再同大家去完整嘅分享多一次啊！唔知住喺洛杉磯嘅你有冇去過車展呢？可以喺下邊留個言啦，同大家分享你嘅所見所聞。咁啊，最後都想同大家睇一樣嘢啦。唔知大家有冇發現今次嘅車展入邊呢？咁啊見唔到 Audi 啊、BMW 啊、Mercedes 啊、Lexus 等等一啲嘅傳統比較豪華少少嘅品牌呢？反而成個場咧最搶眼、最出風頭嘅咧就係韓國車。咁啊，真係世代就唔同咗啦嚇，風水輪流轉啦。咁啊，我都希望將來嘅車展啦，可以有更多嘅車廠係回歸啦，俾大家一次過嘅睇到更多多元化嘅汽車世界。咁啊，而車展之後咧，我哋就去咗洛杉磯市旁邊嘅 Lincoln Heights 一個叫做 Moose Crafts BBQ 嘅燒肉店去食嘢啦。咁啊，老實講啦，佢哋嘅燒肉咧真係非常非常之有水準㗎嚇，特別佢哋嘅 briskets 啦，同埋呢啲 pork ribs 啦嚇，真係喺 LA 入邊咧都係算係比較出名㗎啦。不過咧都要提提大家啦嚇，如果你真係好肚餓嘅話咧，你千祈唔好即興行過去食啦。我哋當日咧係足足等咗差唔多2個幾鐘先有得食啊嚇。咁所以咧，如果你下次真係想試嘅話咧，我建議你不如直接叫外賣，然後拎翻屋企慢慢嘆啦。咁啊，我諗會舒服好多咯。咁啊，其實睇開我嘅頻道嘅觀眾咧都知道啦，我平時都比較中意同大家講下理財啦、投資啦，同埋財務自由啊。喺美國啦，實在有太多嘅人咧係買完車、買完樓，然後開始供佢10年8載啊，仲要唔好講我哋而家政府咧，直頭想將嗰個供樓嘅年期拉到去50年咁長啦。而呢一班人啦，用咗佢哋收入嘅大部分攞晒嚟去供樓供車，根本咧就冇剩餘嘅錢咧去做其他想做嘅嘢。就連想食一餐飯咁簡單嘅事咧，都要諗過度過。更加可悲嘅係，自己食唔起咯，就覺得全世界嘅人都食唔起。 到咗上咗年紀啦，終於供完晒咯，咁啊有啲錢可以出去嘆下世界，食下嘢啦。但原來已經冇牙再可以食咯。由本嚟嘅鬆鬆茸茸、游刃有餘，到而家連滾帶爬，人生兜兜轉轉、庸庸碌碌就咁過咗啦。如果你而家手頭上有啲閒錢㗎，與其攞去買咗架好靚嘅車、好靚嘅屋，你去同人哋去證明你好有錢、好成功，其實你仲有另外一個選擇㗎。就係攞啲錢去做投資，去創造被動收入。就算你唔投資我哋美國股市 VTSAX， 你淨係擺落去國債 SGov， 收翻嗰大概4厘，都夠你出街食好多餐好嘢啦。財務自由最重要㗎，唔係你有幾多嘅資產，而係你有幾多嘅現金流啊。咁啊，都好多謝各位今日嘅收睇啦。希望各位喺你哋嘅人生規劃入邊，都可以盡早嘅做好適當嘅財務規劃。唔使臨急咧就嚟抱佛腳啊嘛，唔使匆匆忙忙連滾帶爬啊嘛。好啦，我哋就下一集再見啦，拜拜。
本來應該從從容容游刃有餘。